At 3:12 a.m., the world's seventh largest bank went dark. ATMs froze, international transfers stalled, billions locked behind screens that refused to open. And the most shocking part, the chaos traces back to a single line of code, written by one programmer, working alone. How did one person bring a global financial giant to its knees without ever touching a weapon? This is a story about trust, about a system so large, so interconnected, that a tiny fracture in one corner spread like a shockwave. We'll follow the digital breadcrumbs. We'll uncover how a routine update spiraled into a full-scale banking blackout, and how investigators discovered the truth buried deep inside millions of lines of code. This is the story of the programmer who broke the bank. His name, for legal reasons, is never disclosed. Colleagues describe him as brilliant, quiet, and obsessive about clean code. He worked in the bank's core systems team, a group responsible for the engine that moves money across continents. In this job, a typo isn't an inconvenience, it's a bomb. The trouble began during a routine systems upgrade. The bank was shifting from an older transaction engine to a faster, modular platform. The programmer's task seemed simple: write a function that verifies transactions before they enter the global ledger. One check, one gatekeeper. Millions of operations passing through it every second. He finished the code late at night, committed the update, logged off. Inside that function was a single condition. If a transaction failed verification, the system should reject it and move on. Instead, because of an indentation error, the function entered a recursive loop. Each failure spawned new processes. Those processes spawned more, a digital chain reaction. Within minutes, the system tried to verify the same transaction thousands of times, then millions. The bank's core servers did what they were programmed to do. They kept trying until they died. First, the European servers slowed. Asia followed. Then North America. ATMs stopped. The mobile app refused to load. Call centers lit up with customers demanding answers investigators didn't yet have. Engineers spent hours searching for malware, a foreign attack, a ransom note. But there was no hacker, no breach. The disaster wasn't caused by sabotage. It was caused by the bank's own code and a safety system that failed at the worst possible moment. At 11:42 a.m., after 8 hours of non-stop system failure, a senior engineer spotted it: the recursive loop. The code was removed, the servers rebooted. Slowly, the bank began to breathe again. But billions had already been delayed. Thousands of businesses froze mid-transaction. Markets trembled. Inside the bank, the fallout was immediate. Executives demanded to know how a single function could bring down a multinational institution. An internal review revealed something worse than a bug: a structural flaw. The new system lacked an isolation layer designed to stop runaway processes. It had been scheduled for the next upgrade cycle. One unfinished safeguard turned a minor mistake into a global crisis. The programmer wasn't fired. Investigators found no intent, no negligence, no violation of protocol. If anything, he exposed the truth. The bank was running on fragile architecture, wrapped in the illusion of stability. He requested a transfer away from core systems. It was granted. He left the company quietly a few months later. The bank spent more than $80 million on new fail-safes, redundancy layers, and automated code verification tools. Other banks took notice. Some rewrote entire systems to avoid the same fate. A single programmer accidentally forced an industry to confront a terrifying truth: the bigger the machine, the more fragile its smallest parts. Financial systems feel invincible, indestructible, too large to fail. But in reality, they're held together by people. Imperfect, overworked, human. A forgotten bracket, a misplaced tab. One minor error in code buried thousands of lines deep. And the world's money stopped moving. In the end, the story of how one programmer crippled a global bank isn't about failure. It's about the hidden fragility of the systems we trust every day, and how close the modern world always is to a single point of collapse.